All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the San Antonio Dreadnoughts. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run on first down. Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready. It's a game. Squeeze. Go. Big stop. Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Murray. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes there's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or.
Cut.
Check 52. Pilot, 64. Reach.
Switch.
Rock it. Hit it.
On first down, Eubanks. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Go out. Hustle, hustle.
He'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Fair. Hard.
Joker. He's coming. Double up.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Bears first down.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Let's go, B. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Snap.
Back to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts in drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On second down, it's Green. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 60 yards. 54. Mike, 54. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 5-4. Let's go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. On the return, it's White.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. 3 bud.
Hey, lock it.
Check 26, check 26.
Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
56. Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Yeah. You got tight. You got tight right there. Go.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Steps away to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go. Check. SOS.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Hunter Henry brings it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Meanwhile, here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
I got it. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Kill. Go.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Mike 54. Mike 54. It's been a long day for you. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Yo, switch. 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 Switch.
Murray with a 3rd and long. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 11. That's the pass. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Double dog. Double dog. That's the way.
2nd and 10. He's got his man on the out route. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Eubanks. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's coming. Check in. Don't get nervous.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Complete to Travis Kelsey. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Yeah.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
30 base.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
They'll set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline.
Let's go, baby.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kalen Ballage, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7.
14. Bears 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Baby, get him, boys. Get him, boys.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go. Let's go. Got it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Look at me. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Eubanks. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go. 18 Gator. No.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll burrow his way forward to pick up the first. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Okay, break. 13. He's coming. You're out. You can't block me. Hey, Sam off.
On first down, Eubanks. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down now, Eubanks trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Smooth.
Mike 13.
Leo.
Switch. Check.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Second and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Bang, 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 bang. Now, get him.
They'll keep it on the ground. Green. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down.
Yo! Zoom, zoom! Mark 55! Mark 55! Hey, bandit! Bandit! Check 52! Switch, switch, switch! Switch now!
Murray now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that. And make
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On third down, it's Green. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
At their own 14-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Go on, go on. Spot, spot, spot. No, no, no. Back, back, back. Check that.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Tight dog. Check 13. Check 13. General West. 13, Mike 13. He's coming. Check him. I'm going to run you over. Let's go.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a give right side. It's Green. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Watch twins. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. White now to return. 51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before and realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A gain of 12. And the Bears 1st down.
Set, ready? 10 logo. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check 4. Look. Squeeze. Press. Rock it. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Out. Shoot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They're going to need some therapy after this. look at me. Door.
Watch the twist. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Let's go.
Come on,
Ball
set.
up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
You draw quarter.
Under 10. Check.
Go out.
Say.
Check 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Hit this one.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready, set.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Hey, Delta.
Check Mike. Check.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's just me and you.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
You better talk to your boy. He will protect you.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Hey, Sam off.
Check it out, please.
Now back to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Down.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Check 15. Rush in. Check 3. He's coming.
Hard. Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Get ready. Hey, check.
Hey. High 7.
Get the ball. Strip that ball. Shit. Kill.
Leo.
He's back to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
Here I come.
Here I come. Hey, lock it. Here I come. On the ball now.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Nasir Adderley making a nice play. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Go. Squeeze.
Watch out.
Go.
Back to throw. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Hey, Echo. 13, Mike, 13. He's coming. Check him.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Rock it. Check 25. Be different.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Look at me. Go.
Wait. Watch the
Go out.
3. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Why? Get wide.
They'll try the left side. Eubanks. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift.
6-6. Pull it high.
Check Mike 11.
Go.
Hey, check Mike 11. I got one.
Hit it.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Green. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Murray to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters.